Artists everywhere are trapped in a swamp of alligators. They find themselves in this situation that came to them choice by choice, arriving without realizing it. They wake up and they're there. Alligators all around us that make us close down the expression of our divine creativity because it isn't marketable and we've got to fit in, be like everyone, be accepted. Change the art to make it palatable, change the self to make you useful, change your natural inclinations to be highbrow and have good taste. But truthfully, you don't want to fit in. You don't want to be like these people, and you don't want them to like you. You don't actually want what they've got. We find ourselves trying to clean up the swamp, trying to get rid of the alligators, make the situation better, forgetting that these alligators thrive because they're feeding off of food that is conducive to the environment that they are in. Food that is disgusting to you, watching in amazement the way they devour it. You can't clean up the swamp, and you won't and you shouldn't. Leave the swamp to them and just get out. Nothing real is keeping you there. Removing yourself entirely is the choice that allows us the freedom to follow our intuition. Free of the mind, the thinking, the troubles, the worries. I don't want to be like them. I refuse to fit in with them. I want to express my divine creativity instead and be close to myself. They are pathetic because they possess the pathology of the dead inside, trying constantly to be close to the mind and far from the heart. This doesn't interest me. The mind and the thinking and the overthinking is full of troubles and worries. Trying to hope for the positive keeps you in the negative. Wanting more out of life implies you currently have less. Desiring something greater implies we have something lesser. Believing in the positive and negative traps us in a loop of feeling bad and waiting to feel good until the next job, the next person, the next situation, the next president, whatever it may be, that is going to solve all of these problems and make us more worthy. In reality, though, these things all exist out of the problem. They are not the problem. The real problem is not trusting our own creative intuition. How much time do you spend trusting your mind and overriding your intuition? How often do you second guess yourself and make the more so-called rational decision? You know it, you feel it, but you override it. Calm your worries, yet there they remain. Maybe you want to spend time with your creative craft, right? But you have to find a real job first. You have to contribute more before you're worthy of this creating. Your intuition is calling you to create now, but your mind is telling you to get your life together first. Trapping yourself in eternal sadness, denying yourself of your own creative nature. Uncomfortable with waking up, with stepping outside, with speaking from your heart because you don't deserve it. The less you use your intuition, the more it atrophies. What we don't use, we lose. The more we activate, the more it appreciates. How you activate your intuition is to know that you are unlimited in these abilities. Own your power back and stop selling it to the alligators because you're telling yourself you need more money. What will they think of you? How will you be accepted otherwise? Reactivate your abilities through your creative artwork with the paintbrushes and the energy of the elements that are within you. The water, earth, oxygen, the ethers, fire. You are the power, never forced. The force is within chasing after sense objects. The mind speaks, I want that. I gotta have it. Gotta taste it, gotta hear it, gotta see it, gotta smell it, gotta do it, gotta feel it. Gotta. Where are you in this chase? Where do you go? The real you is left as a controlled being running around after any sense of gratification and believing that that feeling is you. The reaction is you. The pride is you. I felt it. I saw it. I went there. I did it. I heard it. I became it. I smelled it. I had it, I knew it, I said it, I created it, they liked it, I got it, it's mine. Congratulations. But if the swamp is really that bad, why are there so many alligators swimming in it? Well, they're all feeding off each other, telling each other that this is just fabulous. They have it all here. Everyone wants the life that they live. They are greater than. They get to experience the most out of life. You don't. These people are always saying, I, me, mine. I, me, mine. But it is a fabricated I, me, mine, based on a facade of material. The material world is a perverted projection that is meaningless and vapid. Basing your worth off of material, lust, and money means you're inferior, not major. These people should be kissing the hem of your garment because of all that you are naturally. You don't even need all of that stuff to be as powerful as you are innately. Your power within is unmatched and untouchable, but they are too busy eating, praying, playing, looking down on you and all that you are, naturally, without force. Stepping away from these games because you know that deep down these alligators are suffering, they are not at peace, they are constantly chasing the next best thing, the flavor, the location, the smell, the vacation, the feeling, the gratification, always in pursuit. Do you realize how exhausting that is? And does this sound familiar? Are you asleep in the swamp? Are you basing your creative successes on material accumulation? Get out by trusting your intuition. Recognize the feeling. Get closer to it. Figure out how to identify with it instantly. Practice it. Forget the 3D body that's always chasing experiences because your spiritual creative body has come forth. You're not dying from the second you were born. That's a lie. You are already there with the divine. Heaven is in the now. You do not have to follow the light. The light is you. People always say, I don't know what I want, what I need, I don't know. You don't know because you're trapped in the fabrication of you. Let the natural you breathe. The more conscious you are, the more you are established in yourself, you have no fear. You simply change your environment where there are no swamps, no alligators. It's not your responsibility to clean anything up. You let them have it, and you move on. See, for me, when I feel I have to fit in and follow the crowd and be more like someone else, create less, do more things that make me more money, find a real job, I feel like I'm always wondering, like, what would I do if I wasn't drawing or painting? Maybe I want to do that, make money first, and then make my art my hobby, make it less stressful to figure out how to make it. Like, give myself kind of a backup option and pursue a career that has more money in it so that I can use that money for my art, and it makes sense. And I do understand that concept, but at the same time, I feel like intuitively that's not what I'm meant to do. Really can't explain it further from that. And it's almost like it's illogical, and it sucks because when I try to tell people that are older than me, that are wiser than me, so-called wiser than me, they almost look at me like, oh, little does she know she's going to retire one day or whatever. Or little does she know she's going to need a house. Little does she know, it's just always this attitude of, this isn't good enough. She needs to do something more. This art stuff isn't going to work out. Because they've been trained in their mind to believe that sort of thing. And I'm not saying that these people are evil or like the alligators that I'm referring to. They just kind of make me stuck in my head, and I feel like I'm suppressing this creative side of myself in order to fit in with these people that are being controlled themselves. I think I'm pretty good at following my intuition. All of this that I'm talking about is helping me too. I'm not trying to come across as like I know more than you and I'm trying to explain this to you. This is honestly my therapy. This is what brings me closer to myself. This is what makes me motivated to create more, is saying these words. It's almost like affirmations, except it's more just like a reminder, because affirmations at the end of the day are just words. All the things that I'm saying are just words, and it has to come from within me. Like, the energy and the feeling of creating is beyond words. It's not really something you can define. For a long time, I feel like I was suffering, and I was proud of it. I had something horrible happen to me that was like violent and brutal and honestly very scary, and felt like this made me better than people around me because I was stronger than people around me. I felt like if this had happened to the next person or the next person, they wouldn't be able to handle it. And here I was handling it, so I would find ways to bring it up because I wanted people to respect me. I wanted people to think, wow, she really has gotten through a lot. She knows what she's doing. She knows who she is. She's strong. Suffering was almost a part of my identity because who was I without it at this point? What was the experience for if I was not meant to suffer through it and become stronger for it and have this story to tell? So I was almost stuck in this looping headspace, and I was going to therapy, like, I don't know why I air quoted therapy, but because I was just told to. I was young at the time, and I was just like kind of going with the flow, going with what I was told to do by my mentors and things, and I found myself just like talking out my problems, and it wasn't helping. And I was like, why do I feel so bad still? Like, I feel like I've been rehashing and lamenting and like hankering for the future and all this stuff for so long. It was like my body was just like, I can't even take it anymore. Like, I'm so tired of this. It doesn't make me feel good anymore. It just kind of makes me feel like I'm ruining my life in order to keep up with this facade of like, I am the girl that had this happen to me and I'm so cool and I'm so sad girl. But it's like martyrdom or whatever, like martyrdom mistaken for holiness. When you're going through something, it just makes you feel in some level superior to those that are not going through something. And I just kind of got sick of it. The loop was too much, and it wasn't conducive to my desire to create art and become an artist. It was honestly like art is what saved me from going down that path of like just destruction to be cool. And it's not like I was consciously thinking I'm doing this to be cool, because you would have never caught me dead doing something like that. Like, if someone like spelled it out for me like that, I would have been like, fuck you, that's not what I'm doing. Like, no, that's not what I'm doing. But in hindsight, that kind of is what it was. But art saved me from going down that path, because I feel like it's easy to be vulnerable in this world that we're living in right now. I feel like vulnerability is very celebrated. Is it truly being vulnerable if vulnerability is praised in the society to such an extent that it's almost becoming a currency? Like, the more vulnerable you are, the more honest you are, the more real you are about what's going on with you and the problems you're facing and stuff like this, the more you're praised and you receive more and attention and things. And even the kids that I work for, like in the kindergarten class that I work in, I've found that they are throwing tantrums, they're crying, they're doing a lot of crying for attention. It's kind of freaky, because I'll just be like consoling this kid, and then I'm like, holy, like, they're doing this for attention. And the fact that I'm comforting them is almost doing them harm, more harm than good, because this is how they receive attention. Like, this is how they're used to receiving attention. But it's nothing to do with the parents or the way that, like, they're being raised or anything, or the school. There's nothing in particular that's giving them this, like, idea that they have to be sad in order to get attention. I just feel like the society that we're in right now on the internet and just what's been fed to us and told to us through media and books and all these things is that vulnerability is a good thing. But I don't know if you guys remember my painting of the girl in the mental hospital where she was like reaching out and she just looked dissociated, but yet she was still so beautiful. It's almost like that to me was serving as a warning. Like, it can get to this point. If you continue down this path, you might end up driving yourself absolutely crazy, ending up in a hospital and waking up one day and being like, how did I get here? And I think that I spent so much time not realizing that I was doing this for attention. It didn't start like that. Like, I definitely was going through a lot, but then it kind of became that, and then it was like I was looping, feeling psychotic at a certain point, because I was like, I've been through this, I've said this so many times, I've felt this way so many times, when does it end? And if it hadn't been for art, I'm landing my plane, if it hadn't been for art, I don't think I would have had the motivation, because I knew that this looping system was a block for me creatively, and also to obtain like success, to make it my whole life, to really create from my heart center, and to develop a community surrounding my art. And if I one day wanted to have like a studio and people buying my art and having solid ground for me to stand on that is built on the foundation of my artwork, if I really wanted that, I would have to get rid of these blockages and stoppages that are my own mind and my own programmed beliefs that are causing me to be in this looping system of suffering more, waiting for better, always just waiting and keeping me further from myself. And it was almost to a point where I completely forgot who I was. I just became this like sad girl for attention on accident. If you have a creative outlet, hold on to that for dear life. And if you love something, pursue it and follow your intuition and let it guide you of what you're supposed to do next. And don't get so wrapped up in your own identity that you can't even pursue your goals, your things that you want to do with your life. What do you want? And what is stopping you from having it? Who is keeping you from it? And why are you listening to them? Are they being controlled themselves? My painting that I'm painting in this video, I'm gonna have prints available for that. It's on my website, shop below, and as well as some other drawings that are always up there. And I want to keep my shop to 5 items, so they're just gonna all be like cycled out eventually. So it is a limited run of these prints of this painting, and I will also be putting the original online if you did want to purchase it. If you want to support me, I would really appreciate it. Any support goes a huge long way because it affirms that I'm doing a good thing, that I'm helping people, and that they hear what I'm saying. Yeah, it just keeps this creative cycle going. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here so much. It genuinely warms my heart, and please leave a comment what it is that's stopping you. Maybe I can give you some advice, or comment if you enjoyed the video, or let me know any advice you have for me. If you're like further along in your career, what advice do you have for me? Either way, leave a comment. I want to know that you're here. Alright, I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!